Hey everyone, welcome back to Fix and Flow Yoga. My name's Alex, and joining us here today we have Mizu. He's my little sleepy boy. All right, so today's class we have a 15-minute class to restore your feet and ankles. This is just a great way to strengthen and stretch them and just feel lighter on your feet. Your feet carry you through all the things you experience in life, and so now we're going to take a second to nurture them and help them recover. So when you're ready, we're just going to take 3 deep breaths to set the tone for the practice. Find yourself in a nice seated position here. Putting your hands on your knees, closing your eyes, and just setting the tone. Deep breath in and out. In and out. Last one. And just let it go. Throughout this practice today, I encourage you to focus on your breath, slowing it down, keeping moving. We're going to start with staff pose. So what staff pose is, we're just going to be sitting in a 90-90 angle. You're going to be feeling your core engaged. So we're going to start planting our hands on the ground here. We're going to engage our feet. We're going to start with just wiggling our toes, bringing in some muscle activation. And we're going to start with some gentle movements. So on your inhale, we're going to bring our toes up to the sky, kicking those heels out. Exhale, push your toes, point them. We're just starting nice and slow here. Pointing your toes with your inhale. Exhale, point them down. And again, this is your practice, your body. So move in what feels right for you. Pointing those toes, building some nice strength. Now we're going to do some nice big circles here. We're going to do 3 on each side. Seeing if we can connect that breath and our movement. One more. Now we're going to switch sides here. Seeing if we can slow down that movement, making it as controlled and slow as possible. For everyone joining me today, in the past I've had an ankle injury, and so this one actually, this class is deep to my heart, so thank you for taking the time. Awesome. And then from here, we're just going to shake it out. So just letting our legs fall side to side, seeing if we can try to make it more about your ankles moving and not your legs. So just shaking them out. Maybe you want to just do a couple letters of the alphabet. Maybe you want to spell your name. A-L-E-X. That's me. Perfect job, you guys. All right, so now we're just going to shift, find your way into a nice tabletop position here. And from here, we're just going to sit onto our heels. So sitting onto our toes. So tucking our toes and just using your forearms to kind of push back into those heels. This is going to be a nice calf stretch for you. Maybe you want to walk your hands a little more far forward, bringing your forehead down to the ground. Finding that breath here, feeling a nice deep stretch in your calves. Slowing down that breath. just gonna stack our body here. We're gonna come into a downward dog. Maybe you just wanna really quickly point your toes and do like a little counter stretch to what we just did. But when you're ready, come back to tucking your toes, and we're just gonna bend our knees here and kick our hamstrings back. From here, we're gonna keep our hands shoulder width apart, rolling your elbows in, and doing a nice solid bend in your knees here so your thighs are touching your stomach. Feet are hip width apart. Take a look to make sure. And then from here, you're gonna kick back those heels. So this is a nice deep hamstring stretch, calf stretch, and a bit of hamstrings too. We're gonna walk our heels side to side, seeing if we can kind of push them deeper towards the mat. Let's have a little reset here, bending your knees so your stomach is touching your thighs, rotating your hips up to the sky, and from here you're pushing back, pushing into that forearm. Just walking those heels side to side. And let's finish off this downward dog with a nice deep hamstring stretch on both sides and calf stretch. Seeing how close to the mat you can get your heels without pushing too hard. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Coming out nice and slow. We're going to bend our knees here. Our right foot is going to step between our hands. And our left knee is going to find its way onto the mat. You can adjust your body to find yourself into a low lunge position. Hands come onto your hips. We're just going to sink forward. This will be a nice way to point your toe and do a little counter stretch. Shoulders roll down your back, sinking into that low lunge. I'm not going to stay here too long. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we can just shift right over to the other side, facing the opposite direction, knees planted on the ground. Again, focusing on that ankle, pointing that toe back, creating some space in your legs here. Hips rotate to the front of the mat. Just sink down. Shoulders roll down your back, lengthen your back, finding that breath. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming out nice and slow. Maybe you want to shift side to side here. We're going to come into some stability now. So our feet are going to be hip width apart. Shoulders roll down your back, open up your chest, coming into mountain pose. Feeling that stability in your ankles. Feeling that groundedness. We're going to shift into our toes and engage as we lift our heels high off the mat. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Coming down nice and slowly. Doing a little reset as we shift our weight into our heels. And we're going to lift our toes as high as we can off the mat. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Coming back into the balls of your feet, to the arches. We're going to do that 2 more times, you guys. So finding your flow as we take a deep breath in. Heels rise off the mat. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, slowly coming down. Shifting our weight back onto our heels here. Toes come off the mat. Up. If you can even balance with your balls of your feet off. Whoa, I cannot. So I'll just do my toes. 2, 1, and release. We'll just do one more, you guys. So shifting our weight into the fronts of our toes. Heels come off the mat. Nice and high. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Release. And just finishing off with releasing or lifting our toes off the mat. So deep breath in, toes come up. You should feel your shins engage here. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing. Let's just shake out those ankles. Can already feel that those muscles engage, that stability around my ankles. We're just going to do a little quick forward fold here. Deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips slide up your shins, looking forward. Exhale, forward fold. From here, bending your knees till your stomach touches your thighs, then push back. If you're bending your knees while you're doing this, then you're doing it right. Letting your head fall down. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing. Shaking out those legs. Grounding those feet. Actually, we're going to have our feet almost touching here. Actually, slightly beneath your hips here. We're going to take a deep breath in, reaching up. And from here, we're going to sink down. I'll do this sideways for you guys. We're coming into chair pose here. And again, just bringing awareness to your ankles. Finding that stability. Grounding each individual toe into the mat. Seeing if you can just sink your hips a little deeper. Keeping that back as straight as possible. Seeing if you can sink a little deeper. Holding for 5, 4, feeling those ankles strong and stable. And coming out nice and slowly. Shaking it out. We're gonna come all the way down to a lying down position here. You guys are doing amazing. Thank you so much for making it this far. We're just gonna lay on our back, do a couple windshield wipers just to get in that laying down mode. And from here, we're gonna bring our knees up, grab onto our knees, just seeing if you can spread your knees to each outside shoulder. From here, we're gonna start doing some nice big circles with our ankles. Nice, long, slow circles. This is going to be our last little sequence today, so let's see if we can bring back that chill, focused calmness in our mind. That stillness in your breath. Can you move your circles a little slower? Or a little more fluid? Let's switch directions here. Maybe you want to close your eyes if you haven't done so already. From here, we're going to just shake them out. Now we're going to do some lifting our toes up to the sky. Pausing at the top. 2, 1, and point your toes down. Seeing if you can push them in nice and strong, engaging those feet muscles. And from here, we're going to hold for 3, 2, 1. If you feel your feet cramping like me, you don't have to push as hard. Toes come up and back. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Pointing those toes. And just shake it out. From here, you can plant your feet on the ground here. Maybe you want to do a few windshield wipers as we come into our final resting posture, Shavasana. Shoulders tuck, feet fall open, finding that nice, long, slow stillness. And from here, you guys, please pause the video if you need. Find that nice, long, slow, deep breath. But otherwise, that is the end of our practice here today. Just wanted to say, everyone who made it to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, and I hope your ankles are feeling more stable and secure. I'd love to hear any thoughts you have in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. My name's Alex, and here's Mizu, who's sound asleep. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.